what you telling me is if you lost it all, you'll be able to scale it all back from $0 to $1 million?
That was exactly what I'm telling you, bro. I'm about to break it down how I would go literally from $0 all the way back to an M if I lost everything.
So tell me, bro, how do I start?
So the very first step, right? We started with $0. The very first step is I'm gonna go get me a credit card with at least a $5,000 to $10,000 limit, right? So I'm gonna either go to Chase, Navy Federal, USAA, Bank of America, and ask for a credit card, correct? So that's the very first step.
All right, but I mean, I got the credit card.
Right.
I mean, what I'm doing after that?
Step 2, I'll get us a 9 to 5. Now, me personally, I was in the Army 6 years, and I got a few certifications, I got a secret clearance, I got all these things. So I'm gonna just ask for $4,000 a month, something simple, right? And then the next step is I'm gonna make my wife go get a job, and all she need to make is at least 40 grand. So right off the bat, net worth go up to 88K. I'm gonna bring in 48,000, 4,000 a month, and then I'm gonna go get my wife a job, 40,000 a month. We're just gonna start with a basic 88K household.
All right, so we got an 88K household, but we trying to get to $1 million.
Right.
How am I gonna go from 88,000 to $1 million?
So here's the first step, right? So like I said, we're gonna be living completely off of my wife's income, 40,000, right? So she's gonna be making about roughly 3,300 a month, right? All bills. We talking about water, lights, electricity, food, everything is gonna come, cars, everything is gonna come out of this 3,300 a month. We're gonna live off her income, right? And then what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna get me an additional income. So I already got my $4,000 a month income, right? And then she's making 3,300 a month, right? So we're gonna live off hers, and then we're gonna save mine completely, right? But I'm gonna get an additional income, so this could be a second job or a side hustle. But for me, it's gonna be a side hustle, which is barbering. Now, within this barbering, I'm gonna be charging $20 a head, but I'm gonna make my first initial investment of $800, right? So out of my credit card, right, credit card limit, I'm gonna go spend $800 on barber equipment. That includes clippers, and clippers should cost no more than $100 to $200 a piece. I'm gonna have my liners, and then I'm gonna have my faders, right? So it's probably gonna be the Wall Seniors, and then I'm gonna have, you know, whatever liners I like, the Babyliss, Golds, I'm probably gonna use those, right? So I'm probably gonna spend a total of $800. That includes blades, cape, everything, right? All barber equipment. So $800, right? Now, I'm gonna be charging $20 a head, right? So because I have a 9 to 5, I'm going to be cutting directly after I get off work, and how I'm gonna build that clientele is through social media, right? So as soon as I get off work, my 9 to 5, from 6 to 10 is when I'm gonna cut hair on the weekdays. Now I used to do this in the Army, for those who asking, right? So when I was in the Army, I used to get off work at 5 o'clock, and I go directly into cutting hair, correct? Now, what am I gonna charge? $20, and it takes about 30 minutes for me to cut every head, right? So I'm gonna be working 4 hours after work. After I already did an 8-hour shift, I'm about to go work an additional 4 hours, right? So this is what it takes to become a millionaire. You gotta work, you gotta put in the time when you first start off, because you gotta earn your freedom, correct? Now, $20 a head, and I'm gonna be doing 8 heads on the weekdays, Monday through Friday, right? And then on the weekends, I'm gonna be doing double, 16 heads a day, right? On Saturday and Sunday. So it's gonna be $160 every day, Monday through Friday. And on the weekend, I'm gonna be making $360 for 2 days, right? So every week, I'm gonna be making $15, $20. And every month, I'm gonna be making roughly $6,000 from cutting hair, if I stay consistent through that, right? That is the math, correct?
So one more time, break down your income.
So one more time, here's my income. I'm gonna be making roughly $6,000 a month cutting hair, and then $4,000 a month from my job. So that's $10,000 from me, and then $3,300 from her. So we making roughly $13K as a household, but we're gonna live off that $3,300 per month, and then we're gonna stack my $10,000 per month. And then my goal at the end of the year is to have $120,000 saved up while we live completely off that 40,000 that my wife making.
So your household is bringing in 14,000 a month. You mean to tell me I can't go and splurge? I can't do nothing with that 14,000?
Nah, you need discipline. So here's the plan for a year. We have no cable. We're not gonna be doing no outings too much unless, we might have to do a birthday here or two, but it's not, we are on a strict plan of trying to build wealth. So it's going to take sacrifices, which a lot of people won't do. So what most people will do, right, if they're making 14K a month, they're gonna spend 10 of it on their living expenses. But me, I'm going to do this backwards. I'm going to live off 4,000 and save the 10 and try to invest the 10. So yes, even though I'm making 14K, I'm living in a $1,200 a month apartment and I'm trying to stack and save for my dreams. So that is how I got here. I lived extremely below my means instead of trying to what is called lifestyle creep, which is when you make a certain amount, you live to that certain amount and you live close to that certain amount. So there's people out there, if they made 14, 13K as a household, they'll be spending 10 or 12 trying to keep up with people like, the Joneses, right? And that's not what you want to do when you start from the bottom.
Damn, so after a year, you done saved 120K.
Right.
In a year.
Right.
What's next?
So I done save 100% of my income. We living off my wife's income, correct? So I save 120,000, living off 40,000. So now that I got 120K saved up, it's time to buy back some time. Cause with time, you're able to make more money. So now I have to drop my 9 to 5 because I'm gonna need those 8 hours to strategize on how I'm gonna flip this 120K, right? So I'm gonna be dropping that 4K a month and I'm gonna be a part-time trader and a full-time barber. So
Hold on. What if I don't know how to trade?
Right. So if you don't know how to trade, right, during the time of you hustling and working, you could take my 1-month course, which is AMU. So we're going to give you 30 days live trading, and we're going to be teaching you how to trade from A to Z, from beginner to pro. We're going to be teaching you everything there needs to know about technical analysis and fundamental analysis so that you can scale your trading account profitably and safely. And then you can join my option trading group chat and you can get some signals and you can be able to trade amongst elite pro traders.
All right, so now I become a great trader from taking the AMU course. Now let's get back to this 120K. How we gonna scale this to $1 million?
So this is how we gonna scale it. We're gonna break it down into thirds. So 40,000 into savings, 40,000 into long-term investing, and then 40,000 into my trading account. So the goal is to make 1% of that 40,000, which is $400 a day. So you might have red days here and there, so you might have to make 1,000 or 600 or even like an 800 because to account for your losses, right? So the goal is to average $400 a day so we can have a 6-figure income at the end of the trading year. And how I'm gonna do it one more time, I'm gonna make it 1% per day of that 40,000. So that's going to be either through swing trading or scalping, right? So now I'm going to up my price to $30 a head, right? So I'm going to be a part-time trader and then a full-time barber. So I'm going to be trading from 9:30 to 12, doing 1 hour break, and I'm going to be working from 1 to 7, right? So 6-hour shifts. So that's going to be $2,700 per week, and that's going to be $11K per month. And I'm going to invest $1,000 into booth rent at a barbershop. So I'm going to be pocketing $10,000 a month from cutting hair. And that is $120K at the end of the year, plus the $100K I'm making trading. So now I'm making $220 a year. And one more time, we're still living off my wife's 9 to 5 income, right? So which is $3,300 a month and then $40K a year, right?
So I heard you mention a long-term account.
Right.
What we doing with that?
So with the long-term account, I'm going to at least try to get 10 to 20% of my investment, right? So let's just say I make a cool 20% on a year. That is an additional $8,000 to our income. So now we're at what, 348?
So starting at year 3, you got a $348,000 net worth.
Right.
You still in that $1 million yet. How we gonna get there?
All right, so now it's time to really scale this 348K into an ounce. So here's what we're gonna do, right? First of all, Now on year 3, my wife can quit her job. We got 348K. So now we need all hands on deck to scale this thing to an M. So first thing first, she quit her job, and I'm going to up my trading position side. So remember, I took that 40,000 and then made an additional 100K. So now that account is at 140K net liquidity, right? So now I'm trying to get 1% off that. So now I'm going to be trying to make 1,400 a day, right? So that's 1% of 140K. So that's all I want per day, 1,400, right? And then we did the math. It's 250 trading days in a year, 1,400 a day. That's $350,000 net liquidity at the end of the year, plus that additional 140K, right? So I'm going to be adding another 350,000 to my income, 1,400 a day on average, right? Now I'm still going to be a full-time barber on the side, so we still got that 120K coming in.
All right, so at the end of year 3, we had 818,000. We damn close to $1 million, man.
Right.
How we gonna get there?
So now it's time to quit all things, right? I'm not gonna do barbering, and my wife has already quit her job, right? So now I'm just gonna continue to do what I did. So remember, I done scaled that trading account from 140K to an additional 350K. So that is 490K. So all I need is 1% of that, which is 4,900, and I did the math. It's gonna take me about 37 trading days to get to an M, correct? So once I get to an M, what you can do is, right, with this M, you can do other things, like you can do Airbnbs, which I would recommend having 2. It shouldn't cost that much to start it up. And then some cars, like on Turo, and you need to be using the best-selling cars. Teslas are the best-selling cars, and then you have G-Wagons, and then you have Corvettes, Lamborghinis, you know, things like that, of that nature. Lamb trucks as well. You have to have a Lamb truck if you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, doing those rental car services, right? And that's pretty much what I'm going to do. Just keep buying cash-producing assets that make money. Airbnbs, Turo, you know, I'm trading, you know what I'm saying? Then I'm going to create ebooks, courses. I'm probably going to go back to the influencer wave, you feel me? And that is how Aristotle is going to start from 0 to an M and then scale it all the way up, baby. Now, I know some of you jokesters are going to say, what about taxes? Now remember, you do have to pay your tax, or whatever it is, you might need a CPA when you start making money. All of us, all rich people, have CPAs, right? So get you a CPA, and they're going to handle your taxes. Try to get all the best write-offs you can. Remember, you can use your office space. You can use, you know, dinner. Whenever you're out dinner talking business, you can use that. You can also hire your child if you have children. You know, everybody talk about that one tax hack. Putting your child under your LLC or whatnot, and then that's another additional 12K knocked off your taxes per child. You know, all types of loopholes you can do. So you need to talk to a CPA, and whoever it is, a tax official, to help you out with that. So I hope you guys learned a lot and apply this. Now, one thing I do want to say, as you can see, I had skills that helped me scale from 0 to $1 million, so which is barbering and trading. All I can do is show you how Aristotle would get there. You know what I'm saying? Now, everybody has different paths, different flows, different strokes. All right, so I just learned a lot from this. This your boy Aristotle. Hope you guys learned a lot. I'm out.
Know what's going on, man. Just let them know what's going on.
Man, you already know what's going on, man. We're making the best video in the world for the culture, because I want to see everybody win. I'm a millionaire myself, so I'm going to teach y'all how to scale from 0 to an M. You can't say nobody ever gave you nothing. You can't say nobody ever did nothing for you, baby. Let's get it.